I remember when I was 12 and the new Transformers was coming out, I was so excited. I prepared myself for that new movie, Revenge of the Fallen. The first one was okay. I really wanted to see the next one though, to see where they could take the ideas. And then I watched the movie, and it was a disappointment.
I am directly below the enemy scrotum.
Hey, what's up everybody? I haven't seen you guys since December. Cinepresto here. Today I actually want to take the time to go into a topic that we don't really talk about on YouTube. You see, this video was originally supposed to be a Marvel Cinematic Universe video. It was supposed to go through either at first all the Marvel movies that I have, you know, just all 22 of them or something like that. I wanted to go through all of them and leading up to Endgame. And then I realized I didn't have enough to say about some of the films. Some of them were just pretty boring and forgettable overall. So I made it like a top 5 video. And then I realized, well, I recorded the entire thing. I have it all. It's all there. And I was about to get into editing it. But then I felt that it would have been a disingenuous thing. And the thing is that I realized doing that, putting that out, would be part of the hype train. Now, what I wanted to talk about today actually was how to actually avoid being disappointed by movies like this. Because the thing is that we live in a culture of hype now. Anything that comes out must be built up on social media. Anything that comes out that's done must be marketed, put out, and stuff like that. So here are my tips on how to avoid falling into the social media hype train. Or, I guess, how not to be disappointed by a piece of media. So 1, the rule that I follow nowadays is I don't even look at trailers. That's right. It's like all the Avengers stuff, I think I saw one teaser is just because it was attached to some other movie or something like that. I don't watch teasers anymore. I don't watch trailers in general unless I'm sitting in the theater and they just happen to play in front of the movie. And even then, I'll often be running out to the bathroom like 3 times because I'm like, mentally, I don't want to have to go to the bathroom during this movie. I don't want to waste my ticket. I want to see the entire film, the entire experience, right? You know, that's how I tend to avoid hype. I just don't watch any of the marketing at all. I have no idea what to expect when I go into something. So I really will be going into Endgame on Saturday, and that's pretty much late already, huh? Thursday it came out. I was supposed to put this video out yesterday, but then I felt that putting it out, I wanted to move into this topic, so I'm actually taking the time today to record it. The best thing you can do for yourself is just avoid all trailers. If there's something that you know you're going to be excited about, there's something that you know you're pretty much set on watching or doing, then just put away the marketing out of your mind, because you're going to enjoy the experience a lot more if you know absolutely nothing about it. You'll have no expectations and you'll enjoy it a lot more. I think a lot of people had these expectations with The Last Jedi, and I didn't watch any of the trailers, so when I went into that film, I came out, I was like, oh wow, literally everything surprised me because I had not seen any of the marketing footage at all, and I was pretty much a blank slate when I went in. I enjoyed it a lot more than I feel like a lot of other people enjoyed it. Of course, that movie has its flaws. I came back later and I thought more about it, and of course there's things that are going to infuriate you when you think about something more, but the upfront experience feels a lot more just in the moment if you don't know what to expect. Now, the second thing I'd also recommend to do to avoid the hype train is just look at the summary, if anything. Not the full summary, I mean just like look at a synopsis or a log line and see if that interests you pretty much. If that's the only thing you know about a film, it can completely have every opportunity to, you know, throw away all those expectations later, and then you just get into it. If someone recommends something to me personally, that's usually how I get into things. So if someone actually sends me a recommendation and they give me a brief summary, and I kind of like to rely, I'm a pretty old school guy. I like to rely on people recommending me things before I get into it. A la Steins Gate. Steins Gate was recommended to me by an old friend from high school. During my junior year of college, he just like, hey, yeah, if you like Code Geass, you should watch Steins Gate. That's just kind of a rule that everyone who likes Code Geass likes Steins Gate. And I was actually talking to one person who messaged me over Instagram about this yesterday. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot, because somebody recommended to me, someone I know, someone whose taste I feel I can trust. So that's why I go check it out, you know. If it sounds interesting to me, I'll give it a shot. Sometimes on YouTube there'll be something that's on the recommended list, like a clip or something like that, and I'm like, hey, that seems kind of interesting. The title was relevant to me, so I click it, and then I'll go watch the film, you know, or watch the show, etc. And that's usually how I get into things. The last tip that I have for you to avoid the hype train is to avoid all reviews. And that kind of leads back into the point I made just before about who to trust and who to give credibility to. Now, you can have me recommend stuff to you guys, and I think that on this YouTube channel there will be a point where I start recommending things to you guys. But that's just me. I'm just one opinion, right? You know, and I think I really have to earn that trust and really kind of build that bond with you guys. If you guys seem to like the taste that I like, then I think it makes sense that you guys will want to try the things that I try to. But be a little more careful about where you get your opinions from, because you can easily just get your opinions from just any internet reviewer and look at the Rotten Tomatoes score and everything, but to me that means absolutely nothing. I think Rotten Tomatoes has lost a lot of value over the years for me, as opposed to when I was in high school. Like, Rotten Tomatoes was everything for me back then. Oh, Dark Knight has like a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. That means everything. And then the Toy Story franchise is rated 100%, and of course that's actually true. But then there's also films like, you know, Captain Marvel came out recently, and I felt that the structure was a little all over the place. The writing was inconsistent, and still got a 7% Rotten Tomatoes. I guess it's like a mostly good sort of thing, right? It's not a it's not like a 7 out of 10 rating because it got 70% Rotten Tomatoes. It's like yes or no. And that's kind of how Rotten Tomatoes works. It's an aggregator. It's not a you know, a rating system overall. So I stopped looking at reviews at that point too. I don't want to know if a film is good or bad if it already interests me and I'm already pretty much going to go see it. I ask my friends again. This is just, again, me. I'll find like-minded people who I want to discuss with, and then I'll go off their opinion rather than simply relying on strangers who I'm not connected with at all. I think the other thing that I like to add about that is that we spend a lot of time on YouTube nowadays when it comes to film and television criticism, and that's just something I try to avoid personally nowadays, because I pretty much battled with, hey, my YouTube channel's called Cinepresto. I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on films and stuff like that, and I want to put them out there. But at the same time, I also don't want to be involved in that, you know, echo chamber discourse of like, oh, all the MCU movies are great, and this is great. If I'm going to make an opinion, I really want to add something to the conversation. I don't want to be part of the just let's keep talking about the same thing over and over and over again. And even when I look back now, I look back at the Steins Gate videos I put out, I just feel like those were a little bit disingenuous to the way I really felt about the series in some ways too. I won't specify what. I think even when I say like I was disingenuous, I think at the time it felt really good to be able to put out my thoughts about the series and everything, because obviously it means a lot to me, but in hindsight, I think that there's a lot of things I could have elaborated on, a lot of things I want to go more in depth with, regardless of time. And I think just developing my structure and my style over time is just going to take a little bit of time to get there, because I don't want to waste your time either. I don't want to waste words. I don't want to end up at a point where I just keep prattling on and I talk about how, oh, I was so emotionally invested and it related so much to me too, because it's like finding the balance, and I don't think any YouTube personality when they start off knows exactly where they're going to go. But that said, I think I'm more committed than ever to trying to stay on this thing now and really give you guys something that you guys will appreciate and that will make me feel like I'm contributing to the conversation overall. So that's pretty much it. I think that this is a good blend, and this is the sort of video style I'm trying to move towards. I want to move towards something where I can provide something of value to you guys, and at the same time infuse enough of me in it that it doesn't feel like I'm reaching and I'm trying to find something just to talk about, you know what I mean? Let me know if these sort of videos are the things that you want to see. I think my next video is definitely going to be more Steins Gate related. I have a lot of cool things that I want to bring out, and I have a lot of old pieces that I gotta go back and edit, so look out for those. Those are definitely coming, and I don't see myself taking a break in the near future, because I'm gonna be trying to get a video out every week, okay? You guys hold me accountable to that, and I promise you there will be a lot of good content that comes out on this channel, okay? No, like, my heart's open. Thank you guys for following me for almost 4 years now. This channel's been out for 4 years and I've only gotten almost 300 subscribers, but I'm going to try my best to really grow this, and I really want to make this YouTube channel something where I can share myself and really contribute to every conversation, provide you guys with something that you guys care about too. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys next week, okay? Take care. Thank you. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was good to meet you in person. Okay. Yeah.